Hello, Alison Wales. Do you want to come and have a seat? Hi, I'm Dr. Taylor, one of the GPs at this surgery. What would you like me to call you?
Alison will be fine.
Okay, okay. So what's brought you here today, Alison?
My sister's noticed I'm just a bit fed up, really.
Right, okay.
My sister said I should come.
Right, okay. Has this been going on for some time?
Yeah, a few months, really.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to tell me a bit more about what's been going on?
I just things seem to be piling up.
Right.
I just don't seem to be coping with things.
Right. Okay.
The kids and things.
Right, okay. Would it be okay, Alison, for me to ask you a few more detailed questions about how you've been feeling?
Mm.
Okay. Well, if we start with asking you a bit about your mood, how have you been feeling in yourself?
I say a bit fed up.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up in the morning, everything just seems very black.
Right.
It's just like swimming in treacle, really, and
right.
I think by tea time the kids get home, so I've been having a fairly decent conversation with them. But
right. And can I just check, Alison, when you say things feel very black, do you mean you feel very miserable?
Fed up, miserable.
Right. Okay. And what about sort of feeling tearful? Has that been happening?
I dropped some sugar the other day and I just burst into tears.
Right, okay. So is it the slightest thing that would make you feel tearful? Things that perhaps wouldn't ordinarily bother you?
Yeah.
Right.
My sister's noticed as well.
Right, okay. So you've been feeling very low and with episodes of tearfulness.
Yeah.
What about other things? What about your energy levels? Are you managing to keep up with things?
I used to do a lot with the kids. We used to go swimming, play, but now I just spend the day on the sofa, really, unless I have to go to work.
Right. And just remind me, what is it you do for your job?
I work in the supermarket.
Right. So how have you been managing at work?
I'm not been going in as much because I just feel so exhausted. But I mean, we're just not. The supermarket's been taken over and they've cut the wages.
Right.
And I'm having problems with the bills.
Right.
And it's like the catalogues, they're just writing me letters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kids, they want all these new games and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And it's just, you know.
Sounds like things are really difficult all round. Okay. With all this going on, how are you sleeping, Alison?
It takes me ages to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I used to read a book.
Right.
And just drop off.
Right.
But now I just spend my time looking at the clock.
Right.
It just goes round and round.
So from actually getting off to bed and getting off to sleep, how long is that taking?
A couple of hours, probably.
Right. Okay. Once you're actually asleep, are you waking up much during the night?
Well, I wake up about... Last night I think it was about 4 o'clock.
Right.
I woke up.
And can you get back to sleep from that time?
No.
And then when you're actually getting out of bed in the morning, are you still feeling tired at that point?
Just exhausted. I feel like my brain's not been switched off.
Right.
And I'm just exhausted the next day.
Okay. What about eating? What's your appetite been like while you've been feeling like this?
I used to have quite a weight problem, but the last couple of months, I mean, it's just a bit looser.
Right. Do you know how much you've lost?
No. The kids come in from school and they make their own stuff and I just don't bother, really.
Okay, so your appetite's gone down as well. What about things like concentrating in your memory, both when you, I don't know, watching TV at home or out when you're out doing your job?
Well,
how have those things been?
I mean, pretty useless with the kids. I've got the swimming money last week and
right.
PE kit and parents even.
Right, okay.
I just start one job and I'm not explaining myself very well. It's like the television. I used to like watching the soaps, EastEnders or something, and now 10 minutes later, I just, you know, thinking of something else.
Okay, okay. And what about things, Alison, that you used to enjoy? Are there things in life that you still enjoy at the moment?
Nothing really. As I say, a bit useless with the kids. I used to enjoy going out.
Right.
I used to go out with my friends for pictures and things.
Right.
But of course now I just can't be bothered.
So is it you can't bother, or you don't feel like it as well?
What's the point, really?
Right, okay.
You know.
And I was going to ask, how old are your children now?
I had them a bit later in life. It took us a long time for me to have them.
Right.
I've got a girl and a boy. One's 11, one's 9.
And looking after children takes a lot of time and energy. How are you managing to keep up with that, feeling as low as you do?
Well, they're a bit self-sufficient, really, the kids. They're coming from school, get their own tea.
Right.
I should be doing more for them, really, but no, I'm just a bit useless at that at the moment.
Okay. And what about looking after yourself?
Well, you can see I'm just a mess. Dave used to say, that's my boyfriend.
Right.
I used to, you know, not have much money, but I just take a bit of pride in what I was doing, you know.
Right, okay.
And my hair and stuff, but I can't be bothered with that now. There's no point, really.
Okay. And you mentioned Dave, that's your current partner. How long have you and Dave been together?
About a year. I met him at work.
Right. And how are things, because often when people feel really down, it has a real impact on everything, including their relationships. How are things between you and Dave at the moment?
But he's not ringing as much.
Right.
And he used to text. But he's going, you know, he's getting fed up with me not wanting to go out and and things.
It's a slightly embarrassing thing to ask about, but I guess it's important. Often when people are really feeling very low, it affects everything in their relationship, including things like the sex life. Have you noticed any changes there for you?
He's always trying to pressure me a little bit and stuff, but I'm really not into that at the moment.
Okay, you just don't feel like that at the moment. Okay. So can I just recap, Alison, and check I've got this right? For the last few months you've been feeling really down, no energy, problems with your sleeping and eating, problems with concentrating, not really enjoying things, and actually struggling a bit with the kids, and perhaps some difficulties in your relationship with Dave. Have I got that right? Okay. Can I ask, Alison, in the past, have there ever been episodes when you felt like this?
When my husband left, I was always crying then for no particular reason.
Right.
I haven't told anybody this before, but I took some tablets then.
Right. So how long ago are we talking about? Is this a few years ago?
About 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago. Okay, so you took some tablets.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, is it all right to tell me a little bit more about that?
You know what it's like, the kids are in bed. And you're on your own, and I had a few glasses of wine.
Right.
And I just took these tablets.
Right, okay. Can you remember what you actually took at the time? What sort of tablets they were?
They were just in the bathroom cabinet. I think it was paracetamol.
Right, okay. So you took some paracetamol. Can you remember sort of roughly how many you took?
Well, it was 2 strips, about 12.
Right, okay. And you'd had a couple of glasses of wine. Did you take anything else, any other tablets with it?
No.
Okay. And was this something, Alison, that you'd thought about for a while? Or was it something that was quite a sort of spur-of-the-moment decision that evening?
As I say, I mean, crying a lot, but I think it's just wine.
Right, okay.
But, you know, it's a bit of a burden to everybody, really.
And was there any other things that you did around the time? Sometimes when people take tablets, they leave a note or do other kind of final acts, get their affairs in order. Did you do any of those things?
No, just sort of, you know, to take the tablets and go to sleep.
Right, okay. So did you have any thoughts about what taking the tablets would do? Did you?
But I just thought I'd go to sleep and not wake up, but I woke up a couple of hours later and I was sick everywhere.
Right. Okay.
God, I was sick.
Okay. So you actually, just want to check I get this right, because it's important, you actually thought they would kill you at the time?
I just didn't want to wake up.
Right.
I just, as I say, I'm just a useless mum now, and I was then. And
right. Okay. So you took the tablets. You were very sick in the night. Did you seek any medical help at the time?
No.
Okay. And then you were okay the following day?
Well, yeah, I just felt a bit of a twit, really.
Right. Did you feel pleased that you were still alive?
Yeah, I think, I realised it was just being silly.
Right. Okay. So that was a few years ago. So if we just come back to how you're feeling at the moment, you've talked about feeling very low. Have there been times currently when you've thought about either taking an overdose or doing something else to harm yourself in any way?
At night when you're watching the clock and, you're on your own, the kids are in bed. Everything's so hard, and
right.
I suppose, it just feels easy,
Right. And has that just been something you've thought about, or have you actually made any plans, got any tablets in, or done anything else?
No,
okay.
Nothing like that.
Okay. And I guess it's a difficult question to ask, but one we would ask everybody in your situation. Have things ever been so bad, you felt so low, that you've not only thought about harming yourself or perhaps killing yourself, but you've also wondered whether the best thing might be to take the children with you?
Oh, I've never done my kids. I love my kids.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't hurt them.
Okay.
No.
And what about sort of other side of that? Things, positive things, sort of things to live for? Things that you feel good about?
Not much at the moment, I suppose. Kids sometimes, they do things that make you think, think what's good about life and things, but...
And are there other things that help at the moment? I'm thinking about people who can be supportive.
My sister, as I say, she said to get down here, and she's always there. She comes down and rings. Got a couple of friends they're quite good.
Right.
But on Dave, when he's in the mood, of course.
Sure. Okay.
But I don't think he's going to be around for much longer.
Right. And do you feel able to keep yourself safe at the moment from hurting yourself?
I think so, yeah. And I know I can come here now. You've been very good today.
Okay. Do you think if that was to change, so that you didn't feel you were able to keep yourself safe, you'd be able to let anybody know?
Well, I know what happened last time, and that was nothing, and I know I was silly then. So I know to come here.
Right, okay. Okay, Alison, well, thanks for going through all that. I can appreciate it must be very painful. It does sound to me like you are suffering from symptoms that strongly suggest that you're actually depressed at the moment. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about depression.
Not much, really, not much, but I just don't feel right at the moment.
Okay. Well, I guess just briefly, depression can cause a number of problems for people, and traditionally we think about people feeling very low and very miserable and often thinking about hurting themselves, but it can also affect all other areas of life in terms of problems with eating and sleeping and the other problems you've noticed, things like concentration and perhaps not really managing as well as normal. I guess the positive side is that you've done something about it and you've come to talk to me about it today. And I think there are almost certainly a range of things we can put in place to help you and treatments that are available. So I guess what I'm thinking was it might be worth us just spending a few minutes just thinking about some of those options for you so that we can start to improve things for you. Would that be all right with you?
I need to do this, yes, and I think that's sensible, yeah.
Okay.